Hey, look out, Mindy. But the Rockies just keep doing it here to the poor Astros in this one with Austin Gomber, the best pitcher you don't want to, or wait, the worst pitcher
the worst, best moneymaker out
worst
there.
pitcher that you want to bet on with his 6 ERA. He wins basically more than a third of a unit every time he steps out on the mound. And Brandon Belak's been the opposite. He's costing you a third of a unit every time he goes out there, yet his ERA is 2.5 points lower, and he's on the great Houston Astros. So very funny. I posted a Steam play last night about, look, I know you can't hang out in the Discord. You can put your notifications on. I put Steam Move in there yesterday, Colorado plus $1.84. It was about 5 minutes before game time. Got to be perfectly honest, but sometimes that's when the steam rolls in,
right?
And that one cashed pretty well there yesterday in that game. So, what do you got here with this one?
Well, I think it's going to be interesting, right? Because this is the one that you talked about, Gomber. I'm not always a believer, but he's the one that keeps getting it done. He showed us up last time, or showed me up anyway. Got the win there, and like you said, Belak, he's been pitching well. 3.79 ERA only allows his opponents to a 2.89 slugging percentage, so doesn't get hit hard here, especially on the road. So I feel like the Astros are a team here that kind of might come off to a strong start, but I think this one goes under today. I have it coming in at about 10.5 runs, sitting at 12. Not my favorite play, but that's kind of how I'm going to go. I have to hope that Gomber settles down and gets back to business here today.
Yeah, in fact, I'll update the total. And I don't think it's going to be totally depressing for you, or I don't say depressing. It's just a sports bet we're making. But you always tease me when
I'm like, come on, Ramon, don't change it.
Well, it is.
Midway.
It is, but it's still 12. But I think that's more of an indicator of look where the line is moving because, the send out was actually like 13. But most of the books open this one closer, of course, to 12.5. A lot of 12s out there open as well. So right now it's sitting at about pretty much 12 flat. We're agreeing on every game at this point, Mindy. Look, there were 197 runs. We've already talked. We beat this into the ground. You'd think the Colorado-Houston game would have had 30 runs. But no, it went under, right? Well, no, yeah, it went under. It went under yesterday big time. I say big time. It went under considerably considering it's Colorado. So the Rockies have gone under in 5 of Gomber's last 6 starts. They've also gone under in 6 of their last 7 games. Belak's gone under in 8 of his last 10 starts. Houston's been going over a little bit of late, but in general, you look at these two teams, they're definitely two teams that are producing unders. Mindy and I are going not saying on purpose we're going on every game, but so far we are. Let's go under in this one and see what the chat has to say in this one. Gomber's cash money. I don't know if Solo meant to say, but I mean, yeah, that hombre is cash, but it's hombre kind of rhymes with Gomber a little bit. Thank you for your pronouns, Ionic. And Fernando on the under here. Hot boy said, okay, I will.
Write it down.
I already did because I've got a big hero with Mindy and Ramon. Jacoby says under. Thomas says this game under. Although I don't know. Thomas may be suggesting team total under, but I think he's suggesting full game under. Hey, Mindy, welcome to Vador Sport.
Vador!
I don't think we've had the pleasure of having Vador Sport with us. They're on Houston here and some other games, so appreciate that. Thank you, Vador, for sharing all those picks. Dre's on the under. Good stat there, CTG. You see Gomber, 3.38 in his last 4 starts. Won them all, Mindy.
Yeah,
And
crazy.
you talk about that. I talk about that.
Did not
Uh,
believe it last time, but I
you know,
believe it now.
in his 15 starts this season with that
But I would
6.19.
have never guessed he was, ahead of the game, financially, that is.
What's that, Mindy?
I said I wouldn't have guessed that Gomber was ahead of the game financially on the
Yeah.
side of
Oh,
the
yeah.
betters.
Well, yeah. So that's just it. 11-4. It, yes, of course, a lot of they're underdogs a lot of times, right? But still, 11. He could be probably 7-8 and still be profitable.
Right.
But they're 11-4 in his 15 starts. Plenty of run support, and he's getting better. So, and don't forget this, right? Houston against lefties, not the best, right? Here's Astros run line. What is Peasy saying on this one? Market move the total up to 12. Yes, it was 7. Okay, it was 7. So yeah, I'm often critiqued for my incessant talking about market moves, but I think everyone can see that I just like
Again,
talking about it. I mean,
but it's
of
a
course,
tool, though, right?
they,
I mean, it's a tool, like anything else. It's for us to do our, due diligence on things.
yeah. Well, and if anything, maybe I'm more market reliant than any of the talking heads on any of these shows, but that's just what I like. That's what's fun to me about it because uh, I don't know. I think if you just put out the stats, here's the thing. A lot of times, Mindy, people talk about all the stats and all that. The stats are always going to uh, give you the favorite, right? So the job of the handicapper is determine the market price, fair or not fair, when to take the dog. And I think a lot of people just forget about that sometimes and say, look at how much better this team is than the other, take the favorite. But you have to find the right spots to grab these dogs. I'm sitting there saying a philosophy that, quite frankly, I haven't followed to the letter this season.